Sandy 911 with the first gift of the live. Thank you for the roses. Good morning, great man. Welcome in. Good morning, fur baby mama. Good morning, Sandy 911. Samantha, thank you. What's up, Moose? I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. Gonna make some vegan coffee. I know what some of you are thinking. What's vegan? This is regular coffee. No animals are harmed in the making of this coffee. But if we say it's artisanal coffee, we can charge $8 for a cup, you know? Artisanal vegan coffee, organically sourced. Ugh. Good morning, John Boy and Jane. Welcome in. I gotta find a good spot to do this. I'm in a pretty big incline here. Good spot here. Pretty big angle, downward angle. I camped last night. These here, train the tracks. I gotta change the sticker. I moved. Not in Missoula. I got a ride yesterday, and the guy picking me up was like, "Hey, how far are you going?" I go, "Boston." He goes, "Oh, well, I'm not going that far." Like I figured I had to shoot my shot. He's like, "Yeah, I'm headed to Clinton." And I was like, "Okay, that's past Bonner?" He's like, "Yeah, it's past Bonner." I'm like, "Perfect," because I was worried that Bonner, had no cell service. He's like, "Honestly, it's worse than Clinton. We're gonna be closer to the copper mines." And I was like, "Okay, cool. All right. We are we are not um gonna have cell service for a couple days. Fuck it." You know? I didn't really mention that to him. I was like, "Oh, just social media, so trying to avoid Bonner." He's like, "It's worse." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. I just want to get out of here. Just want to change my scenery up." Good morning, Sherry and Catherine and everybody. Welcome in. So we were driving, and he was like, "You know what? Let me get you further down the road." I was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Well, where's the next stop, the next gas station? Next place we want to get dropped off." I was like, "All right, let take a quick peek." So we pulled over in Clinton. I take a peek. I'm like, "Oh, never mind. Just drop me off here." He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Dude, it's a half an hour drive." He's like, fuck it, let's go." That half an hour drive, altogether about 45 minutes for the ride yesterday. It felt like 5 minutes, man. That dude had a hell of a life story. It was truly interesting. It's a proper success story. Mm. Dude, grew up hard, got on some shit, you know what I mean? Got on some mathematics, some Crystal Methodist Church, and started fucking doing violence and becoming a product of being institutionalized, perpetuating the cycle, right? And he has a kid, another one on the way. He's doing great. Boom, falls off the wagon. This is the guy that picked me up yesterday. Falls off the wagon and gets another felony charge. He's looking at like 10 years in jail, right? This is the guy that picked me up yesterday. So he goes to the prosecutor, and plus it'd be like his third strike too. So it'd be like either he took the 7 years it was. Either take 7 years in jail, or if you lose in court, you're looking at 120. Montana's a three strike state. So he goes to the prosecutor and he says, "Hey, give me a chance. I mean, I just had a kid, another one on the way." This is like 5 years ago. He's like, "Another one on the way. Blue Orange is what's up, homie. Give me one chance. Don't even tell me what to do. I'm just gonna do it." And the prosecutor says, "All right, don't fuck it up. You don't fuck up. You're going away for a long time if you fuck it up." So he went and got himself and checked himself into a program, went and got himself some work. Works putting up like tunnels underground, you know what I mean? Like service tunnels and stuff like that. Piping underground. Man lays pipe for a living. But He's had it together. You know what I mean? He got his shit together. He'll be on probation for the next couple of years. He got 7 years probation instead. So he's another couple of years left on probation. He's like, the guy doesn't even bother me anymore. He shows up every once in a while. We would talk, and that's it. I thought that was really cool. So he picked me up yesterday. Instead of driving me to Clinton, where he said, he brought me all the way to Drummond, which is in the middle of nowhere. I got dropped off right next to a motel. I was like, "Oh," and then it's permanently out of business. There's another one in town, but it's usually booked. So I might be chasing an outlet today, or who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get lucky and be able to wash my butt properly. All right, my name's Troy. I took my stove out and I put it up there. It is. I found it. Oh, hi, Ben. How you doing? What you wearing? That question is just for Ben. I might buy some train tracks. So this town is super small. So I went and chatted with some locals yesterday, kind of got a vibe for the place. There's a creek right over here that I couldn't really get down in. I probably wouldn't want it anyway, because like I'm gonna fucking get mosquitoes all night more than I did. But right by the water tower here, and I'm getting out of the forest and into the plains again. You see the mountain back there. Got, you no trees at all. Get some way in the background. Good morning, Luna. So I found a very nice ditch to sleep in last night. Did a lot of editing from this ditch. What up, Indiana? The white t-shirt left out of your pillow. Ooh, I wouldn't. Might get pregnant. Be careful. Climb that tower, get some photos. The ladder doesn't come down. Like it's like 15 feet up. I may be able to climb the side and go up that way. I ain't doing shit without coffee first, though. I'll tell you what. That's the only. I keep like debating on getting a drone. I'm like, oh, like the weight, the cost. I could just like get a 4K fucking photo or video. Would be handy for production. Like everything, I'm always concerned about the weight of things. If that thing only weighs a pound, it's a pound extra you got to carry. Pretty heavy loadout. At least it keeps me from like getting carried away with like the hobby aspect. Yeah, I might get a drone at some point. Maybe I can take this break in Boston. Everyone keeps pushing for meta glasses, but I'm like, oh, like on an ethical level, I don't really like those meta glasses, man. I think they're fucking creepy. Yeah. I don't know. Recording people on a sneaky on the sneak. It's like, I don't know about it. I wouldn't use it in a creepy way, you know what I mean? But like, I still find it fundamentally like spyglass type shit. If I can get some banger videos with it. So I'm thinking either GoPro meta glasses or like a small drone, cheap. I guess I'm using the word cheap, affordable drone. I went into Magic Cabbage store in Oregon, and I was like, "Hey, I was looking for some cheap flour." They're like, "Oh, you mean something affordable? Yeah, we'll find something affordable for you." Trucker over there, service center. That I was like, "Oh yeah, people don't want the products called cheap, prefer affordable." Whoops, whoopsie daisies. A lot of coffee this last month, huh? Inexpensive. That's a good one. I'm just, honest about it. It's fucking cheap. Looking for the cheapest shit you got. If I was looking for the most expensive, I call it the most expensive. I'm not looking for the most expensive. I'm looking for the cheapest shit you got in the store. You know. Uh, I don't have a PO box or anything, but two you never use. I have to pay you something for it. Give you something for it. You know what I mean? Some kind of trade. We got Ben in the chat. I'll give you Ben. You can have him. Yeah, it's right there. See him? That underpriced flower. Yeah, exactly. You can have Ben. I'll give you Ben. You send me a drone. I'll give you Ben. Free and clear. Yeah, he's got most of his shots. You know what I mean? Get most of his shots. Happy to donate one. Yeah, when I get back to Boston, maybe figure something out. It'd be cool as shit. I gotta give you something though. You know, maybe I can make a print. You go through my photos, find your favorite one, make a print, and fucking sign it and send it to you. Just to give you something for it. Well, again, you can have Ben. That's just giving you, you know. Ben, you're with D Tacos now. Go hold his pocket. Go hold D Tacos pocket right now. You don't do anything on the first date. That's why we have a coffee date in the morning and then we meet up again that night. I'm good. No offense, Ben. Sorry, Ben. Never mind. Put the lube away, Ben. Come back. Oh, my fly is very much now. Gotta realize that before I started moving around on camera. This is the thing the world doesn't need. Not for free, at least. You know what I mean? What's up, Hitch? Trying to give Ben away. Can't even give the motherfucker away for free. Make some coffee. Get some food in town. What they got here? Pretty cool spot. This whole town is New Chicago is just south of here, right? And that was shaping up to be the new Chicago. Like that had a huge, presence out here for ranching and cattle and stuff like that. But the Northern Pacific Railroad, I think it was Northern Railway, or Northern Pacific. I forget which one. They built a railroad through Drummond, where I'm at now, and that's back when they used to move livestock on trains. They don't move livestock on trains anymore. But that developed this whole little town here, and it's super fucking cool. Like, it's just one fucking road. Parker Ranch was the first name of this area, and then it became Drummond after a few name changes. There's some debate on where the name came from. Mhm. Montana's having a struggle. The whole state's having the same struggle I saw in Buffalo, Wyoming last year. It's like the ultra rich moved in, and they don't put that much money back into the economy, the local economy, but the property values go skyrocket as a result. So like the idea of anyone blue collar owning a house in Montana is like a fucking pipe dream. Literally for people working for the pipelines and shit. But yeah, that's something I've seen across the country in small pockets. I've never seen it affect a whole state like this, dude. It's crazy. Like, I was aware of that situation. I thought it was just in Flathead County, but no, it's everywhere in Montana, the whole state. It's just bought up, and the property values have been driven up so high. It's like, like if you're blue collar, you'll never afford a home here. Kind of crazy. I had to hang out with some locals yesterday, had a couple beers, and had a sandwich at started with a C. It's not Carl's Way or something like that. Small little secluded town. Yeah, there's not much here. I love it. I'm here for it. Hitch with the Go Popular. If I can't get a motel, they do it for campground. Someone said it was $10. I'm like, I've never seen a campground for $10, so I'm not holding my breath for that. There is a motel in town, rumored to be like 80, which is way cheaper than 150 that everyone's trying to charge me in other counties here in Montana. So hopefully it's motel tonight. If not, get campground. They got a shower. They got beat the fuck up. Water wet wipes only take you so far. Uh, oh, really? Interesting. Tara Joe with the 9,000 gifts. Thank you. Take your time, Queen Diva. Good morning, Larry Jones. See you, Tara. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in, folks. I need this water to hurry up and cook. Real Rider, what's up, man? Making some coffee. I can't per the usual. Per the usual. There we go. Nicely cooked water. I didn't burn the water. Don't worry. The water's not burnt. Ah, Cowboy coffees. The only thing I got at my disposal right now. So you do is you put the coffee in for the new people in here. You just put the coffee right in the cup, right in the hot water. 20 ounces, so I do 3 teaspoons coffee. Put it in the cup, stir it around, and you let it cool for a little bit. And in a couple more minutes, I'll stir it again, give it another stir. I'll add a little bit of cold water on top. It's an old bartender trick. When I add the cold water on top, it'll take the grounds and suck them to the bottom. So the entire cup of coffee, I won't even get one coffee ground in my mouth at all in the slightest. But at the very end, I gotta be aware this is where the ADHD kind of fucks with me. What up, Token? This is where the ADHD. What's up, Keyblade? The ADHD kind of fucks with me because I'll forget at the very end, the last couple ounces, you don't drink that. It's just gonna be all coffee grounds. It's mostly coffee grounds more than water. But you'll see me on live quite a few mornings. Forget about that because I'll be talking distracted, and then I'm drinking the coffee. Fucking half an hour goes by. For baby mama with the galaxy's bestest, thank you. We got a viamylation, the tobacco on camera. What are you gonna do? Oh wait, I'm on TikTok. It's supposed to be like other creators. It's supposed to yell about trolls or something, right? The trolls reported me and they got me restricted. Feel bad for me in the cash apps. The trolls. I gotta wait to use your hat as a coffee filter. I don't want a wet hat every day. You know what I mean? It's a good idea, but like the only the only drag about cowboy coffee, it says at the very end, trying to sip that last bit. If I forget, I get the coffee grounds in. Otherwise, it's just a regular cup of coffee. It's ready for stir, but not quite yet for the cold water. So while the whole thing's super hot, coffee grounds kind of go to the top, stay at the top. As it cools, they start going down. Then you add the cold water, just a little bit on top, pulls them all down. The cold water, as it's coming down, will pull the ground down with it. Filter through your sock. I've done that. I've done that. I've used a clean sock. Clean sock. Drinking a bunch of foot sweat. Done that before though. This makes a fucking mess. And I got a sock filled with coffee. you know? It's hanging on my pack. The last thing I need is any clothing item with a whole bunch of brown on it hanging off my pack. People be like, he pooped in that. Yeah, I already got pooping accusations on a regular. You know what I mean? Where was that? Columbia Falls, Montana. Someone saw me sitting on the bucket and called the police on me for indecent exposure, assuming I was taking a poopies on the bucket. But the bucket, I assure you, is for sitting, not shitting. What's up, Sue? What up, Chickasaw? Welcome in. Yeah, I tried to give Ben away today. We tried to auction off Ben for a drone. Didn't work. Still stuck with him. Fuck. Oh, beautiful Monday morning though. Oh, it was nice as the bridge yesterday. You know, I live in a $500,000 house when you live in a $4 million bridge for free. Cold water there. Start dragging down those coffee grinds. Maybe let it cool off a bit. And then I get some energy in my life. Got some walking to do. When I get out of the motel last week, Wednesday. So what's that make today? Day 5? See, I started on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today makes day 6. So it's my last little break or do. Last day I took off the road. Oh, Teresa, howdy. Thank you for the hat and mustache. Sorry for missing it. Should have pulled out. I don't know, man. Couches do that. I don't do that shit. Got about 38 illegitimates all around the U.S. You know, oh, chain smoking hobo feral children roaming the streets of America. Oh, grandpa's pregnant too? Goddamn grandpa. I had a damn good sleep. I was in bed by like 11. Woke up at like 7:45. So I'm moving around. Getting that good sleep. Just with the new sleeping mat. Oh man, it's like a dream. My hands don't go numb as much from laying on my side. After a while laying on one side, like, my shit will go a little tingly and numb. I gotta roll over like a rotisserie chicken. But with the new sleeping mat, it's like, 5 hours, 4 hours, getting that tingly sensation. I'll just roll over real quick. So at least I get some REM sleep, some deep sleep. You know, that's the thing that sucks about when I do this in major cities, like I never get that REM sleep. I never get that deep sleep. You gotta have some awareness to you. You know what I mean? You gotta be aware to some degree. Oh, they'll call Houdini grandpa. This is getting I almost said a word that's gonna get me in trouble in here. This is getting crazy. There we go. That one won't get me in trouble. Uh, this coffee ground's cooled off and sinking. Only a couple up top now. Oh, coffee's almost ready. Oh yeah, Montana's fucking beautiful. Yeah, this is one thing that was cool, kind of going from the West Coast where I was in mostly all the urban jungle, coming out to Montana. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I was working some wilderness photography, dude. you know, like tonight or tomorrow night, I wanna now that I can see the sky at night. I couldn't for the longest time because of the wildfires. Yeah, like, I'd be hard. I don't see any other creators running into wildfires, even in wildfire territory, and fucking snapping photos. By the way, um, yeah, I'm trying to get like, the night sky here in Montana is fucking beautiful. Before I get too low in elevation. Lori with the Harvey. So I gotta get the tripod out with a very long shutter speed. Get a nice and bright low aperture. Just fucking snap a photo. Not to alarm you, but you're about to be attacked by tumbleweed. I can see. Yeah. I saw one 2 days ago during a thunderstorm, crazy winds. I was like tucked into a business's awning, just waiting it out a couple hours. And then went to a bridge. I saw a tumbleweed just fucking rolling right by me, and it always throws me for a loop because I never thought those were real. You know what I mean? Like I just saw them on TV and shit growing up. We don't have tumbleweeds in Boston, believe it or not. So I was like, even now, after doing this for so long, whenever I see a tumbleweed, like, man, that's fucking cool. I don't even get the concept of it. You have a bush, it dries out, and it starts rolling down the road. Yeah. Oh, damn. Some good looking Tay-Tays today, Katie. I swear. Star Candy with the Harvey. The morning Tay-Tays. Hope the conversion's going well. What do you call it? The build? The build's going well. Take a moment to know the handsomeness that is Troy. Was there another Troy behind me? I don't see him. I don't see him. Appreciate you, keep lit. It was really sweet. I was in your live. Everything was going on. You were kind of shaking me out of it verbally in a good way. So, I needed those kind words in the moment for sure. It's not going right now, unfortunately. Damn. Yeah, like I saw part of your live. I've seen your videos. talking about it, and I saw you live when you're just holding a mess of wires, and you're like, "This is the stock wires," and then you've got a whole 'nother mess of wires, like, "These are the aftermarket wires," or whatever, you know? Like, dude, you gotta fucking need a degree in electricities. You gotta be learn Ohm's law before you can even start building something, fuck, you know? I feel like if I ever got a vehicle and did a build, I would fuck it up royally, you know what I mean? But I think I'd just fuck it up once, you know, like fuck it up real bad once. Like I like cost myself way too much money fucking it up. And then after that I'd have it all figured out, you know, but that one time would be a Greek tragedy. What's up, Becca? Yeah. Yeah, no, you'll learn a lot about what not to do, that's for sure. You know. And at some point someone will have a similar situation that you're in now and you'll be like, oh, this is what I did. You know? For sure. Either way, you're in a van instead of a goddamn SUV. You know, the SUV was tight, you know, and we got to hang out in that bitch. But, you know, van, I get watching you stand up. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I think it'd be funny to watch me try to stand up in the same van and be all fucking hunched over and shit. What up, Dory? How you living? My phone's already starting to overheat. It's not even that hot out. We'll try to run this live for as long as possible. Oh, in the town here, just over yonder. With the hand heart, Dory Lynn, appreciate you. All gifts and donations go to Heart Candy and Poor Decisions. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Hmm. Good morning, Elizabeth. Mitch, hope you're having a good morning. All considering. Yeah, YT University. Yeah, I mean, it's great, but like, it's never as easy as they show it, right? No matter what it is, especially fixing cars or anything with vehicles, whatever they're showing you, like, they'll make it look so fucking easy. Like, yeah, you just remove this piece here, and then you sit, like, it doesn't move. What do you mean? Then you're sitting with the sledgehammer for like an hour, knocking it loose. You know, it wasn't so easy for those guys. The guy moved it with his pinky finger. Uh, the Gus Pro. Yeah, Gus is like a diehard fan of yours, dude. Like he's always in your lives and in your videos and stuff, man. He loves your shit. Yeah, true, true. You can just go to a Lowe's, grab yourself a gaggle of crackheads. You know what I mean? They can do something. There'll be no wire left. They got copper in it. They can take all that. Oh, oh, you're at his place? Hell yeah, hell yeah. No, the long as like as long as I can remember on your platform, like Gus has always been there. You know what I mean? Like a ride or die. It's not like throwing any shade. I'll stop throwing shade till I have a cup of coffee. You know, I didn't have any shit to talk about anyone today. I got nothing. I had a busy beaver yesterday. You know, about 7-ish years. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Just from my end, you know what I mean? Like I always know who's a solid motherfucker, like, who's really in my fucking corner. You know, when like the views are up, you'll have a whole bunch of bandwagon people. You know what I mean? Just like anyone that's like just interested in you because your views are high or whatever. You know, when they go back into a valley, you know, you'll see the same names hanging out, and then they'll go back up, and then you'll a whole bunch of people bandwagon on, and then you go back into a valley. and the views go down, and you'll see the same people that were there before, plus a few new ones, you know? That's really how you grow your community. You know, if you're lucky enough to even get fucking pops and peaks on here, not everyone does. The thing is, TikTok will classify you as a certain kind of creator too. So, like, I'm considered a travel vlogger on here. That's why my views are the best whenever I do that, you know, which isn't often. Besides the lies are kind of vloggy. I'll give you that. But in the videos and stuff, my videos that do the best is when I'm just talking about something on camera. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, I get fucking 6,000 views on that video, 7,000. But put up, Sparky. Oh, you just moved in. Hell yeah. I'll take second string, second fiddle. I broke up with someone. I don't know why that reminded me of this. I broke up with someone over a statement they made. I was like, what? I was dating this like really, really confident server that everyone was trying to hook up with, and I was like, we hated each other, you know, because like they would say rude shit to me. I'm like, nah, I'm not being rude to you. You don't be rude to me. Don't miss me with that shit. So whenever she was like getting everyone's attention to try to like be mean to me, I would just walk away. You know, just walk the fuck away. Like, all right, how's your joke gonna stick if I'm not even fucking here? You know, just like a bully, fucking big ass bully. So we ended up dating, you know, because everyone was like trying, like pining for her and trying to like hook up with her, or date her, or whatever. I wasn't. We started getting along great. So we started hanging out all the time outside of work and shit, whatever. Started dating, and she was like, "Oh, hey, I saw a video the other day." I was like, "Oh, hey, what's that?" She's like, "Yeah, I saw a video where like every relationship has a settler and a reacher. Someone who's reaching out of the league and someone who's settling for a lower league. A reacher and a settler." I was like, well, "What the fuck you just say to me?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, I'm pretty aware what love is. That's not it." Like, "Hey, this isn't working out." You know? Oh my god, are you kidding me? But I thought back to the entire relationship. We're together for a while. I thought back to the entire relationship, and I used this relationship as an example on here for like for people to avoid in your life in general, without even really kind of realizing it was her. So whenever like I'll say, hey, if you go to a bar or a restaurant, you're hanging out with a group of friends, you're in a social setting, and someone compliments you, and then the person that's supposed to love you the most, you know, significant other, family member, a friend, or whatever, their immediate reaction to you being complimented is insulting you. You know, like at their first go to, someone's like, "Oh, hey, I really like that shirt." And like, "Oh, you should see his other shirt. It's all up in holes, and he wears it all." The, you know, like, I'm trying to think of an example coming up short, but if someone's first reaction to you being complimented is to insult you to the person complimenting you and put you down, get away from that person. You know, like highly don't recommend having them around you because they're just trying to tear you down, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a medical professional, but it's people in your life, loved ones, significant others, family members that like initially they build you up and put you on this pedestal, and they very slowly over very long period of time start knocking that pedestal out. Put you down. What are you doing? Becomes a competition to see who's like better of a person in the relationship kind of thing. You know? So had that person call me, right? It was the same night we did the anti-birthday party when the anti we were dogging a creator on their birthday. Just fuck them. You know, I don't feel bad about it. We'll probably do it again this year. You know, it's only in a couple of months, I think. But I was sitting there at an abandoned gas station, camping out, doing a live stream, and we're chatting, and he said something, doing an anti-birthday party, just fucking around, and all of a sudden, my fucking donation links blow up. You know, for presents, for candles, for cake. Like, chill. You really want to see this? We did a poll, and I think everyone wanted to see an anti-birthday party. I was like, "Done." So later in the week, we did that. I end the live, and I got, FaceTime from that person I dated. Again, we haven't dated in forever, you know? They FaceTime me, and they're like, "My boyfriend was cheating on me, oh," and I'm like, "Okay, why are you calling me about this?" You know what I mean? We have not dated, nor we haven't talked in a long time. We're talking, like, 5 years. We've not even had a conversation. So they have trouble with their new boyfriend, decided to hit me up about it. And I'm like, "Whatever, man. Homie's going through a hard time. I'll be a sympathetic ear for the night, no big deal." He immediately started taking shots at me. Yeah, like, immediately started working the conversation and putting me down, and I'm like, "Hey, I don't date you. I'm not gonna put up with this." Like, I didn't wanna put up with this when we dated, never mind now, we're not even really friends. We don't even know each other really anymore, you know? "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, so he's cheating on me with these people, ba 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 ba. I found his phone." I'm like, "Oh, you went through his phone? What'd the phone say?" "Oh, he was texting someone." "What were they talking about?" "Having a good time." "Oh, that could be misconstrued." You know what I mean? Doesn't seem like concrete proof here, but, hey, you probably know better than me, And then she just put me down again. And I'm like, "Hey, just so you know, you're the worst girlfriend I ever had." She was like, "What?" And I hung up the FaceTime and never talked to her again. Yeah, that felt good. That felt really good? It's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna be insulted here for no reason." So a lot of growth and development, because usually I would just let that shit wash over me, wouldn't even acknowledge it? I'd feel it, but I wouldn't say anything. In that abandoned gas station, at this stage in life, I'm like, "Oh, I don't have to put up with this at all." I don't have to deal with this in the slightest. Where previous in life, I'd feel obligated to put up with it. I don't know why, but that's how I was raised. Yeah, mic drop. Yeah, you calling me to complain about your fucking new boyfriend. I don't fucking even know either one of you at this point. You know what I mean? We're two people that hooked up for a while in my mind. You know? We had the title, we were official, we were together for some time, but like this is so long ago. Like what the fuck? So like I don't know why the fuck you calling me with fucking boyfriend problems. That's kind of the sad thing is that person and how they behave and being like your atypical bully. They probably had no one else to call. You know what I mean? They probably went through all their friends and pissed all them off. Who the hell wants to be insulted every time you talk to somebody, or every time you're around somebody, right? That's her love language, making you feel like a small person. So she probably just had no one else to fucking call, which is sad in itself. But then she's talking to me about her boyfriend, like I give a fuck. Not being a sympathetic ear, then starts putting me down, and I call that out, set a clear boundary that I don't like that, and then she went back to doing it. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Not doing boundaries. I no longer have an interest in talking to this person. Let's end this conversation quick. I want to go to bed. A mic drop for real. Felt good. It just shows me how much I'm not willing to put up with anymore as a human being that I used to very willingly put up with. You know, can't change people. Cannot change people. If someone doesn't want to change themselves, man, you gotta just get the fuck away from them. I stay protecting my peace at this stage in life. Um, yeah, there was like not the last time with the boss, and the time we went before. She wanted to hang out and all that, and I was like, "I other people I gotta see." Sorry. Had a few of my exes that roll through here. They say hi, and we chat real quick. They go on about their day. Uh, I was one of those relationships too. My most recent relationship, I've been single for what 2 years now, but my most recent relationship and that one, it's like if anything went good for me, they immediately became a mess. Like it's so weird. I don't understand that at all either. It's like, the last relationship, like something good on social media would happen, I'd get a big pop or a video would really hit or whatever. Or, like before I met Shoestring, I started talking to him and shit. I was really excited about that. So potentially meeting up years before we did. And immediately they'd be like, "What about me though?" Kind of vibe. And it's like, can we just like celebrate something good that happened? Yeah. And it's not even like a one-off comment. And this is both these people I dated. It'd be like a whole night of consoling. I don't know where I fit into this equation. Everything's going so well for you and not for me, and this and that. What the fuck? Yeah. Like, hey, this awesome thing happened. I'm gonna make it really sad. Oh, great. I didn't wanna enjoy my moment, you know? It'll be much better tomorrow when I leave and I'm by myself and I get to enjoy it, I guess. I will say the last person I dated did some really rank shit to me after the fact, you know, but it is what it is. You know, I'm sure they had their reasons, you know, justified. They had their reasons. But I couldn't imagine living like that person. They've never had a good day. You know what I mean? They've never had every day is a bad day, no matter. And I kind of found myself not wanting to call them towards the end, you know. So I think I made the call breaking it off anyway. You know, they wanted me to travel a lot less. You know, like instead of traveling for a month or two, or sometimes three, they travel for a week and stay around for a month or two, and then travel for a week. And I was like, I'm not ready to do that. I'm not ready to give up this thing I found that gives me so much happiness. But thinking back in retrospectively and in hindsight, it's like they never had a good day. Every time I called them, there was something wrong. And it could be something as minor as, yeah, I took a nap at their place one time and I woke up and they were kicking in a metal trash barrel in their bathroom and screaming. And I'm like, "Yo, what's up? Is everything okay?" "I gotta get dog food." And I'm like, "Oh, I got money, man. We can grab some dog food and go to the store right now." And they're like, "No, I have money for dog food, but I gotta go and physically get it." And I'm like, "That's a meltdown?" You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that in like a judging way or like belittling way. You know, that's sad. You gotta live every day like that. You know, every day is a bad day no matter what. You're having a great day, hang out with the person you're dating, I'm cooking for them that night. We got a whole bunch of movies lined up we're gonna watch. You know, let's have a fucking night. Let's go back into town. And I took a little nap, left her alone for a while, and boom, in a metal trash barrel. It was like Office Space when they beat up the fucking fax machine, the copy machine or whatever. The poor trash barrel never stood a chance. You know, I'm gonna take a photo of it and do a rest in peace kind of video and send it to them. But I was like, nah, that's probably not a good idea. They're not gonna find this as funny as I do. Yeah. Like, I couldn't imagine living every day like that, you know? Every day is a bad day. Doesn't matter if it's something major, which would cause most people to have a bad day, or something as minor as just going to the store was an emotional meltdown, you know? I don't envy that one bit. Also, how do you like that? I don't have to fucking deal with it anymore. You know, selfishly, I will say, I gotta call up someone every other day to hear about how horrible things are, you know? Or who wronged them this week. I've been digging being single 2 years now. You know, whatever, fucking hung out with a few people in more than a friend kinda way. I've been on a few dates. Someone tried to bite my lip off out in Washington State there by the Tri-Cities. But, most of the time, I'm just doing my thing, you know? The dates are funny. You know, when I go on a date, it's pretty funny because, like, when am I gonna be back? What do you know what I mean? We're just hanging out for a night. Like, I was single for just about a year, maybe just over a year, and I went on my first date up in New York State, and that was, like, the first topic of conversation, like, "How would this even work?" Like, "Well, you wouldn't really see me up here in the winter in upstate New York. Like, it's gonna be fucking cold. It's dangerous what I do." But from the months of March to November, I got you. I'm present. You know? What that even look like? Oh, start going for vampires. Don't yuck my yum, Rich, you know? Desiree, what's up, homie? Thank you for the roses. Uh, oh, gotta go. Becky, have a good one, homie. Have a good one. Yeah, I don't think any of it was intentional. Going back to the relationship, my last relationship, I don't think it was intentional. I think this is how that person is. It's a Debbie Downer. You know, every day is the bad day, and everything's the worst it's ever been. If something good happens, you got to find the bad in it quick. You know, I don't think it was too much of emotional manipulation. That did happen like early on. You know, they would try to like bully me with via their emotions. Like you have to do everything I want, or I get emotional, and that's your fault. And I shut that shit down quick. You know, I just started walking out. Yeah. What was that over? That was over fucking Shoestring, me and Shoestring chatting, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah, dude," and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, I fucking the person I look up to out here, the person that inspired me to come out, like, we're just having casual conversation, but might meet up," you know? Started the woe is me thing, and I woke up the next morning, and as soon as I opened my eyes, it's, "Hey, you can't celebrate like that." What do you what?" Like, "Yeah, you said yes, and you got all excited. I can't have that near me." I was like, "Oh, then I can't be near you then, because I get excited about stuff, so I'll probably just head on out then." What the fuck you mean I can't get excited? I understand if I was, like, fucking, like, screaming or something like that, I was just like, "Yes!" I didn't even, like, yell, and I'm like, "Okay, then I can't be near you then." You know what I mean? If I cannot show excitement. Again, I understand if I was shouting on the top of my lungs or acting the fool or something like that, but it's just like a fucking yes. You know? So I was like, "Oh, I mean, I can't get excited around you." Like, "All right, then this is not probably gonna work. I mean, go and get out of here then." You know what I mean? Still be homies and shit like that, but, if I can't get excited, I gotta go on and get. And then we had a very serious conversation after that, and that shit was gone. Cool. Okay. Don't try to manipulate me via your emotions. But after that, I do think a lot of it was just they have to see the negative in everything. Some kind of like pessimism, but more severe, I guess. You know, that was kind of the vibe I was getting initially, Hitch. Yeah. Every day is miserable, and you don't see it that way. I don't want to hear it. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I don't know why I clung to that relationship so hard either. Like I really clung to it. I think that was the first one I had in a long time that didn't feel temporary. You know, and I didn't realize what I was doing. At all. Date people like post my fiance that passed away, Jess. But everything was. I knew I wasn't going to stay with this person for long, whatever. You know what I mean? But I'd still date them and go through the motions, and then sever ties and run at the first inconvenience, first argument, or whatever, the first hardship. Which is shitty to do, but I didn't realize that's what I was doing until after the fact. Obviously, my head was all fucked up when Jess passed, and still is. To be honest with you, but that was the last relationship I was in was the first one that I wasn't half-assing. You know what I mean? That I didn't run away at the first argument. Didn't run away at the first sign of hardship or conflict or anything. So that's why I stuck around just 2 years. I think I stuck around for so long. Even though, like I said, calling the person fucking miserable. Like, okay, let's hear what's wrong with their day to day. Yeah. My mom's such a bitch. The one that bought you the Gucci purse last week? Yeah, she's the worst. And why do you accept Gucci fucking purses from them? Yeah, yeah. Tell me more about your rich life problems. I hate my parents, but they pay my rent. First world problems, facts. That's why I don't bother anymore. Yeah, I find myself like open to the idea, but not like hoping for a relationship or making moves to go towards having a relationship. Very very content on my own right now by myself. Give me plenty of time to do this whole social media thing too. I've come close. Like there was one last winter, the winter before. I got like really close with somebody, and I don't know, I went back to Boston after, and I got this weird fucking like mental state where I kind of like just shut the doors to everybody. It's probably just because that's the first break I took in a long time back then. But I always felt bad about that one. They don't seem too bothered by it, but I always feel bad about that. And then the what if, what could have been. It's like I really, really like them, and they seem to like me to some degree. They're willing to hang out with me for a quick minute. But yeah, when I went back to Boston, I kind of just put the blinders up, put the doors up, put the walls up, and at the time, I was all fucking done with that. Like, that opportunity was long gone. Oh, one day I'll take your offer. What's the offer, homie? But I had a really good time when we hung out, Katie. Like I had a really good time. We hung out twice in like a month, right? Something like that. Which was cool too, because like not a lot of people put that effort in for me. It's always me having to go to people, you know what I mean? So initially it was like, hey, come meet up in Dallas, Fort Worth. I gotta say Fort Worth, Dallas, so that pisses you all off in Texas. There's Dallas, Fort Worth. If you Fort Worth, Dallas, it pisses you guys off. But yeah, we hung out, we kicked it, and fucking had a blast. And then a couple days, right? And then I went all the way out to Louisiana, hopped trains and hitchhiked out to Louisiana, got to Baton Rouge, and then Katie came and met me in Baton Rouge before I hopped on my Greyhound. Got to show Katie all the Louisiana fucking foods. Yeah, Fort Worth, Dallas. It'll piss them off. Mm. It's like calling Arkansas, Arkansas. Makes them all mad. Um, yeah, it was a really good time. Went on a hike. Katie got to see my goose fear in real time. I'm not afraid of a goose attacking me. I'll fuck a goose up. You know what I mean? I just don't want to fist fight a goose. Yeah, I just don't. They're aggressive as fuck. So Katie sees a bunch of geese. She starts running up. I'm like, yo, be careful, they'll fuck you up. Like, the geese will? And immediately the goose starts hissing, cobra chicken. I was in Sacramento, camped out by the American River, like right in downtown too. It's so cool. Like the camping downtown Sacramento. But these fucking geese are all around, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, I don't want to fist fight a goose today. I'm not trying to do goose jitsu in this motherfucker, you know. But the geese will stay away from you. They don't really come up and bother you. You know, if you're near each other, they might fucking aggro. But they don't really come up to you, but the babies don't know any better. So here come the fucking baby geese. They're eating, they're getting closer and closer. I turn the camera at the cobra chickens, at the geese, and they start hissing at me and getting all aggro. And I'm like, dude, I was here first. You tell your fucking little ones to get out of here. What the fuck? You gonna come here and bully me out of out of my spot? Fuck you. Yeah. Fucking sitting there yelling at geese at fucking 7 in the morning on TikTok Live, trying to have a serious street conversation with a goose. Come on, motherfucker. I was here first. What up, Kelly? Oh, what's up? It's good to see you, homie. The geese was maddest I've ever seen. I think you did a video or sent me a video of you near geese, and you're like, "Ooh." Yeah. But once they start coming at you, like once they aggro on you, and actually start biting at you, like it's just a never ending. It's just a long process. You don't want to hurt the animal, but you also don't want to get fucking bit up. Angry little fuckers. And that's just something I don't feel like dealing with. You know what I mean? Like I just don't feel like fighting geese. I just don't want to put up with it. Petrified of bees, you'll see me fucking freeze up or fucking boot scoot and boogie right quick. Geese are just an annoyance. I'm not like afraid of a goose like harming me. I just don't want it to fight me. You know what I mean? I don't wanna put up with it. Oh, yeah. Is that cat's name? Um, I don't know. I guess if I say too much, then like I already said it, and you can't like stop me retroactively. But, yeah, I guess I blocked that cat, right? Like, for whatever reason, I don't even know. The name was not familiar to me at all. But, yeah, you started hanging out with fucking homie, and I fucking realized I blocked him, and I'm like, "Whoops." It's like they were messaging each other about it or whatever, and, you're like, "Oh, you got him blocked, I guess." Like, "Oh, whoopsies." I don't know, it doesn't take much, I guess, to get blocked by me, I protect my peace. But, I blocked him for whatever reason. Unblocked him when you guys started hanging out, and then gave him a follow when he followed me back, and then I came up on my FYP, and I realized he wasn't following me anymore, so I just unfollowed him, and I'm like, "I don't know what weird shit's going on there." I follow Katie, and that's all I care about. You know? Never brought it up because, like, whatever. Not trying to fuck your day up at all. Well, if I found that weird, I'm like, what the fuck, man? I gotta go out of my way, unblock you, follow you, then you follow me. Okay, we're cool. All right, now, yeah, unfollow. What the fuck's that about? We got a mutual friend here, kid. Yeah. I don't know, I find that when people can get upset with me and I don't even fucking know who they are. Yeah, like, it's like I watch the cat's videos on a regular basis or anything. You know, like we're friends of Katie's here. You're by proxy for now, right? Well, had some issues. Yeah, I just assumed it was some kind of jealousy thing or whatever. I don't know. It's a big assumption on my end. Mm. You kept it respectful though, you know what I mean? Like, we always got that little thing where we flirt with each other, like, light flirting on the internet. You put the tatas in the live, whatever, you say some shit to each other. But the moment you were dating someone, like, we both stopped that immediately, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, out of respect. And didn't do that at all, in the slightest. I don't know. I've dated quite a few jealous people. I can never under I'm a jealous person myself. Let me put that out there. Like I'm very jealous. When I'm dating someone, I'm like very territorial. Like I know what you're trying to do, mister. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But I don't make it anyone else's problem. I know that about me. I know that character flaw about me. I get very jealous when I'm with somebody and very territorial when I'm with somebody. So I'll say it. You know what I mean? I think communication's important in every which way. Like, "Oh, yeah, that fucking guy, I thought he was hitting on you or whatever." He probably wasn't, you know what I mean? But, like, I got really jealous about it. "Oh, did you? I'm so sorry." Don't be sorry for my shit. That's a me problem, like, whatever. I don't put it on the person I'm dating's lap. I know that about me. Some caveman bullshit. Uh, yeah, same here. As soon as you got single, like, "Oh, cool. We could lightly flirt again on the internet." Fuck yeah, dude. Oh. If you're looking for a rebound guy, that'd be tight, you know? Kick it for 2 weeks, profess the love for each other, then you'd be like, "Yo, I got the fuck away from this dude, his feet stink." You got stinky ass feet. Yo, flipping mama with the heart me. I wish there was a knife gift for you. Katie's thinking about it. Good rebound guy. I had a friend that was just my friend so they could date me, and, it didn't end well for years. They're, like, one of my first fucking followers on here, dude, and, like, we've hung out. We considered dating when I was doing the Renaissance Fair in Minnesota. They were working too, and we are talking about dating. And she's like, "Hey, but I also date this guy over here." I was like, "Oh, like I'm not good with that. I know me, I'll just bully everybody." You know what I mean? I'm not good with the polyamory stuff. I know me, I would just fucking make fun of and bully. It's the polycule, and that's not healthy or good for anybody. So we're hanging out. She lets me know everything going on. I'm like, "Yeah, I don't. It's not for me. Sorry." And then I got very mad at me one time for a while. What the fuck? Yeah. So, we can only be friends if we're gonna date thing has happened way too many times and throughout my life, especially since I've been doing social media. But, at least I was upfront and didn't just fucking play along to fucking get a piece of something like most fucking dudes do. Not all men, yeah, but enough creepy motherfuckers that make us all look bad. Stop being creepy, gentlemen. Make us all look like shit. But, they hit me up again about it. Like, we hung out a couple times after that. We were good friends, as far as I thought. So they hit me up again. We were like 1,000 miles away from each other, and they wanted to be like my satellite girlfriend, where it's like whenever we're near each other, we can date, and anyone else I'm dating, I'll ignore and give all my attention to you. I'm like, it's not an attention thing. It's just like I don't, I'm not going to work well in that situation. I'm still going to fuck with those people. Like I know me. I'm not meant for that. I'm not wired for that. Whatever you guys do, I'm not here to yuck your yum. Live your best life. Be a good person. Be happy, and that's it. But they hit me up to be like this satellite girlfriend, to be my satellite girlfriend. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not okay with that either." That's just not for me. And they just got really pissed off. Just started getting really rude to me all the time. I'm like, "Wow, like, you've been hanging out with me for years now, and it's all with the ulterior motive of being with me." And then when that inevitably didn't work, we're just not meant for each other. Just, we don't overlap in a way that would be healthy for both of us, right? I never want to change anybody, and I don't want anyone to change me, right? I don't want to. If you're polyamorous, I don't want you to be less happy because you're just dating me, and I don't have any interest. If I was to do that, I wouldn't be happy. If I was to do polyamory, I wouldn't be happy. If you were to do monogamy, you wouldn't be happy. We're not meant to be, just how it is. Mm. But I thought I had a really close homie. It's like, oh yeah, we get along, we have great chemistry, but it's not meant for each other, kind of thing. Let's act accordingly. Yeah, really, really turned into an asshole after that. Even recently, they hit me up just to be an asshole to me in my inbox. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. Just to put me down. Oh, Montana's breathtaking. What's up, Sue Boy? Like, going home with me. I'd always go home with you, Rich. Yeah, I don't. I get jealous if I see like the person I'm with kind of getting flirty with someone. I get jealous, but I don't make it a them problem. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know that's a me thing. As long as it doesn't go past that, sort of the realm of cheating, like that includes emotional cheating as well. But I've dated a few people that have like the guy best friend, and it's at least a 20% turnover where they're banging that friend. What I mean? Like all the signs will be there, and I'll be like, no, like, I'm being jealous again. No way. Then I'll find out well after the fact. Like, oh, they're definitely hooking up. The guy best friend thing's always a little wary on. What up, Pizza Hut? Uh, Pen pals? Hell yeah, I had a couple way back in the day. Going through Denver, not this time around, man. We keep boot scooting, boogieing east out of here. You know, I might end up in Billings. I don't know about the other one, Laurel. Laurel. I'm not sure where I'll end. Like, I didn't plan on coming to Drummond. I was in Missoula. East. I was in Bonner, and that had copper mines all around it. So I was right next to a cell tower. Still had no service, spotty service at best. So then I went to East Missoula, hiked into East Missoula, and hitchhiked out of there for a couple days. Guy picked me up, so he was going to Clinton. And I was like, "Is that past Bonner?" Because they got bad service in Bonner because of the copper mines, and I do social media. And he's like, "Yeah, it's worse in Clinton." I was like, "Whatever, fuck it." I just want to get out of here. You know, day three being in the same spot. Day two trying to hitchhike out of it. I mean, listen to me, just fuck off. So we were driving, we got to Clinton, which is just, it's like Missoula, East Missoula, Bonner, Clinton. You know what I mean? Probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes down the road. We get there and he's like, dude, let me take you further. He's enjoying the conversation, so was I. And I look it up. I'm like, dude, it's half an hour away. He's like, how many miles? I'm like, 30 miles away. Like, don't even worry about it. Here's fine, man. Don't worry about fucking taking me further. He's like, I got you. Let's go. Enjoying the talk. He had a really interesting life story, like a true success story. Like he just had some kids and he fell off the wagon. He was fucking up, and then he ended up getting a charge. It was either take the 7 years or fight it in court and risk 120. This would be his third strike. Montana's a three strikes and you're out kind of state, right? So instead, he went to the prosecutor and has pleaded. And he's like, "Look, I got a kid in the way. I just had a kid. Like, I can do this. I will do this. I'll get my shit together. You don't have to tell me what to do. I'll just do it." So they gave him 7 years probation instead. And he's been doing it. He checked himself into a program. He got himself a union gig out here, doing like pipelines and service tunnels underground and shit like that. Kind of down on himself because he has an injury. He got a herniated disc, and he's been out on workman's comp for a minute. So he's starting to feel like not useful kind of thing. I'm like, dude, just enjoy your time off, and you don't know when you're gonna get time like this again. Go fucking find a new hobby, a new passion, have fun with that. To feel better, But change something, change it. If you can't, you got to go with it, right? But The half an hour fucking here to Drummond just felt like 5 minutes. You know? In Barcelona next 3 nights? Hell yeah. Let me go to Madrid right after. Pizza Hut, living your best life. Love there. Yeah, super cool. You know, I got cell service. There's even a motel in town I'm gonna try to check into today. It's a campground if I can't get in the motel. You know, I think I'm out of the fire ban area too, so I'm gonna go get a campfire going if I get to the campground. The local told me it was $10. I don't believe the campground is $10, so I'll believe it when I see it. But the motel is supposed to be 80. Try to get a night there as long as they got an opening. This is like the cheapest motel before you get in the expensive motel part of Montana, Idaho, and Washington, right? You look at anywhere in Montana, Flathead County, Missoula County, or Lincoln County, where I just went through, it's all, the cheapest motel is $150. That's for a shitty Motel 6, which I would never pay to some principal. So, and it's only probably got 10, 15 rooms here. So there's a good chance when I go there after the live and say, hey, I'm looking for a room, they're going to say, we're booked. But if I get one, cool, wash up. I'm going to grab a Dungeons and Dragons book today and go over it. Maybe we can run something tomorrow for you guys. Population 300 in Drummond. That's cool as shit. It's a nice town, man. People are cool as fuck. I went to the bar yesterday, got a chicken sandwich. I forget the name of the joint now. It's not even far from here. It's like Carlson's Bar or something like that. Carson's Bar or something like that. There's only two in town. I went to the more blue collar one. And I know I know the bartender, the owner, the bartender's husband, the bartender's kid, the baby that was there. I got to hang out with the baby for a little while. Got to know everyone in their life story in the first hour and a half, and then I fucking paid my tab and got out of there. She hooked it up too. The fucking tab was only $17 and I was there for hours, 2 hours or so. Put 4 beers in a shot. But I did the shake, for those that don't live in a shake state like Massachusetts, we don't have it there where I'm from. You get one shake or two shakes a day. It can be two different pots. Most places out here got two different pots. But you just they give you like a rubber plastic cup. You shake your dice, you put them down, you five of a kind to win the whole pot. And I've never been able to do it until I started traveling because we don't have that in Massachusetts. It's illegal. So I always fucking shake. I never win. Never win. Never win. Never win. Won yesterday. Not the pot. I didn't win the $1,000 that was up for grabs. I shook it. Boom. Put it down. Four of a kind. Free drink. Take a shot of Crown Royal. I go grab a 4 pack of Coors Light here. Sit down here and start looking at camp. Is this a viable spot? Is this a good spot? Am I tucked away enough? Is there going to be a bunch of mosquitoes? Is there a creek right here? Whatever. And I was fucking around on the Discord, and they did the Shawn Michaels song to me drinking a beer because they were making fun of me and trolling me in my own Discord. Yeah, the people closest to me, which I fucking love. I'm here for it. And then I looked at the video. I was like, I could post that on TikTok. Might as well. Fuck it. So I did. The Shawn Michaels theme of me chugging a third of a beer because that was my third take. Can't go 25. Thank you, Hitch. I figured $10 is way too cheap. 25 ain't bad as long, especially they got electricity and all that. It'd be nice. This is day 6, fucking being out since my last bet, which is way better than the 3.5 weeks a month before. But it'd be nice to fucking lay down in a bed, sleeping on the fucking mat again. However, if the hotel's booked up, they get $25 fucking campground. Hell yeah. Hopefully they got showers and shit, electricity. Even if I can't charge up at my campsite, I'm sure there's an outlet somewhere I can plug some stuff into, get my stuff charged up. Hell yeah, Hitch. I hadn't even bothered looking into it. I saw the campground sign over here. I was coming over here. One of the locals told me it was $10. That was the extent of my knowledge of it. Uh, yeah, cool little town here. Cool little town. Not much going on. That's what I like. I'm still healing from all the fucking major cities I did going through California and Portland. So settled, thick urban jungle. Makes it so hard to do what I do. Even just finding a bathroom is near impossible. On the train Wi-Fi? Hell yeah. You got shower electricity? Hell yeah. I like halfway through the state, I think, Montana. Yeah, my other phone got a little bit of a charge to it, I think. Yeah, there we go. Let's think I'm about central Montana now. S- Hitchhiking out of northwest Montana. Oh no, I'm not even close to central Montana. I went south a lot. So I started up in the very, very northwest corner of Montana, like just over the Idaho border, Libby in Lincoln County. Made my way to Flathead County and went around Flathead Lake and went down to Missoula and then shot east from Missoula yesterday for 45 minutes. So a lot of my miles was last week. I got 3 rides in the last week, right? Most of that was going straight south. The lake, yeah, Flathead Lake is like this. So I go down this way and I come down to Missoula and shoot out east. I thought I was going more this way the whole time, but apparently not. I'm no mapologist. It's not like I travel for a living or anything. Roxanne, the Buckley's Beer Fund, and they go populist. And what is that? It's a shamrock. Treasure clover. Oh, stayed not much around. I like that though. Just these small towns that have cell service. Fucking perfect. You got a gas station. You got a place I can get hot food. Hell yeah. I wish I had a grocery store. The little food desert out here. Maybe they do. I didn't see one when I looked yesterday. First thing I do when I get to a town, start looking what they got. You know what I mean? What's available. I didn't check for a grocery store. No, there's no grocery store here. Down the road, I got a Safeway in, where is it? Deer Lodge. If I get down to Deer Lodge on the 90, they have a grocery store. We finally do a fucking cooking live on here. That'd be nice. Can't remember the last time I walked through a grocery store. Whitefish. Whitefish is the last time. That was weeks ago. Uh, what up, Ralph? The BDE. What's up, Obi? I went in the live yesterday. I saw Tog was in there. I think it was yesterday when live. I saw Tog was in there. Yo, I gotta pay forward my gifts a little bit here. I gave Tog a fucking cowboy hat and mustache, and you started talking. I'm like, oh fuck, it's Ralph, dude. What's up? Fucking 312 real quick. Keep it there. Um, oh, they got different kinds of Snickers out there. Hell yeah. Yeah, oh man, I was laughing my ass off. SKW, howdy. I was laughing my ass off, Ralph, when you go in there. You're like, hey, I met a woman in your chat, and we hooked up and we hit it off. Thank you, Tank, for that. And I'm assuming it's made up, but maybe it's not. Immediately Tank Lip goes, "What about me? How come I can't do that? Why can't I get a woman in my chat, but you can?" Like, oh my god, creepy old man. Holy shit. I saw a clip yesterday. Tank Lip is my latest obsession. I love greedy creators that get in their own way and just cash grab. I fucking love watching their downfall. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's always been a guilty pleasure of mine, even long before I did social media. But the best thing about that Tank Lip guy is the community that fucks with him is fucking hilarious, dude. You guys gotta be rolling. But he said some creepy shit. He went into his comment section of his own live to type out some creepy shit towards someone. Got called out for it. He brought your name up again, Ralph. He's like, "How come Ralph can fight? How Ralph can say things in my chat and get hooked? And you hook up with people. How come I can't?" So you potentially finding love in his chat was his go ahead green. He's like, "I better be more creepy in my chat." I can't get into the Getchels, man. I keep trying. I got a lot of homies that cover the Getchels too, like Guy and I think Not Your Grandma's Tea. I think Penny Fairy covers them on occasion, if I remember correctly. But like, I can't. It's just so creepy. Because you watch them, the Getchell family, you watch them, and you're like, these people are just unpleasant. You know what I mean? They just think they're famous, and it's just, I don't think I'm famous. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for 5 years on here. I get recognized on a regular basis. I would never consider myself famous. Minor internet renown and a major nuisance, maybe. But like watching the Getchels, like that's the under the surface level. It's like like this is just weird. These people think they're fucking like the upper echelon of fucking social media creators and shit, and they think they're the best ideas, and it's really weird. The only thing I've ever said to the Getchell family is I go in there live and they have a salt shaker on the table for no reason. For no reason is that salt shaker on the table. It's just something they didn't take off the table when they're getting ready for their live. They got the salt sitting there. So I was like, yo, how much to buy that salt? I want to buy that salt. How much? And immediately the younger Getchell is like, oh, because the other day we talked about salt and now the salt's famous. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm a random person that came here for the first time. I see this fucking salt on the screen. I talk about the salt. Somehow it's a famous fucking salt shaker now. Wow, you live in fucking La La Land. But then you look into it more and you find his fan fiction from fucking years ago, right? Where he talks about being attracted to his daughter. Then you see their dynamic and you're like, oh my fucking God, dude. It's an ick I can't shake. I cannot get into fucking watching them just to dog them on live even. You know what I mean? Nothing. And my stomach turns whenever I fucking see them on live. Oh, good Christ. A famous ass salt shaker. Oh, definitely, Hitch, definitely. Don't take the salt shaker. Give me that salt. How much for that salt shaker? Oh, you mean this famous salt shaker here? Yeah, this is too much for me, man. I'd rather watch Anywhere Man Hobo. He just hangs out and drinks coffee and hitchhikes on live. Occasionally he says something funny. Usually depends how much caffeine he has in him. But he's a pretty good dude. Anywhere Man Hobo guy. Have any new allegations? Any new allegations lately? I haven't keeping up with the TikTok streets. I've been busy fucking, you know, traveling and doing social media stuff. I haven't been keeping an eye on the streets. I kind of just threw a grenade at the TikTok streets and then walked away from it. Yeah. There you go. Let's piss them all off and make them paranoid. Here you go. All right. Peace out. Sometimes the best punishment you can give to someone is just let them be themselves. They fell in a cactusy, not the cactusy again. Cactuses are rough, man. I didn't realize it'd be that bad. I was in Nevada. I found a rock formation on Google Maps, a big old circle of rocks, a big line going through it of other rocks. So I went for days to go fucking see this thing. That's all it was. Someone just stacked put rocks in a circle. But I wanted to see it. What is that? When I got there, I saw some cactus, and I'm like, oh, whatever. I just walked through them. Like, it's all overgrown with cactuses. So I just walked through it, and I got one on my leg, like right in my upper thigh, too. So it was extra painful. My inner thigh. And I go to pull it out. I figured I'd just grab it and pull it out. It's a cactus. You know? That's not how cactuses work. Now it's stuck to my hand and my leg, and they got barbs on them. Can't see them, but they got barbs on them. So they just stick, you know? So I had to yank my hand off. Now I'm gushing everywhere. I'm like, oh fuck. So took my multi-tool out and I had to take each needle out of my thigh one at a time. There's only five of them, but each one were just like stuck, just stuck in there. I'm like, fuck, dude, my hand's hurting. You know, Fucked myself up. So I learned from that moment, you get a cactus stuck to you, you need to take it out one way or another, not grab it, try to pull it off. Oh, this thing that just stuck to my leg, no problem. Let me put my hand on that too. Oh, great. Now that's stuck as well. Like a monkey banging a football, I tell you what. Y'all should never let me out the house. Oh, a cactus. You shake it more than three times, you're just playing with it, bub. Oh, this coffee's about spent and getting to the grounds now. Let me get to the end and toss it before I drink all the grounds. Beautiful. Brown stick to the bottom. I didn't get any in my mouth at all. Good old cowboy coffee. I would prefer my little Folgers tea bags, you know what I mean? But that's only for fancy living. Like when I go to a store and remember to get it, for example. And we'll just dry that out in the sun. Perfect. Oh, you got to chew through the last couple sips. Num 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 num. Where's my stove top? Here it is. Mm, I pin the tail on the donkey. Velcro. You guys are too much. Accurate. It's time for a hat switch. Good old stylish water jug. I'll be looking like it's on the Cosby's. Heba beba boo boo. Suction cups. I wish cactuses made of suction cups. That'd be awesome. Hey, Alicia, thank you for subscribing on the Patreon. That's something I got to do this week too. We got to do a super fan only live, for an hour or so, and then I got to do a travel story series video. Haven't done one of those in a while. Consuming hats can be harmful to your health. Facts. Spitfire with the Buckley's beer pun. Thank you, homies. Much appreciated. I'm probably gonna have this puff and then go on, get out of here. I gotta see a man about a motel here. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I can at least go in and see what's up. Easy to leave my stuff here. Go do so. I don't think it's far from here at all. I think it's right there. Motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. And if they're full, it's no big deal. I'll just wait, what is this one? There's two of them. There's another one I didn't see yesterday when I typed in motel here. Must have just opened this morning. Good reviews too. Only got 2 reviews. So there's just 2 motels in town. It was 3, but one closed. But yeah, one's a 5-minute walk. The other one, the other one is a 3-minute walk. So between the two, as long as I'm not paying over 80, I'm happy. It's 80 free and clear. If it's 80 plus tax, I'll probably just get the campground over here instead. Lupo, good morning, brother. Good to see you. I'm not quite flea marketed out today. Got some shit around. Just a little minimal camp rollout. The flea market today. I love yard sales. It's so weird to me, like when I take all my stuff out, still to this day, I'll look at it and be like, wow, I carry all that. I finally lay everything out, it just looks like so much, and then I'm like, oh, it's gonna take forever to pack up. And then 2 minutes later, it's all packed up. I'm like, oh, it didn't take long at all. You know, if I'm camping out for a while, or if I want to just stop pulling shit out, if I'm using the computer or whatever, my camp spot or a motel there for a couple of nights, eventually everything's coming out of the pack one way or another. And then but the sleeping bag and then a motel. Sometimes the sleeping bag comes out too, depends on the heat situation. Yeah. Oof. But, yeah, I don't know, I'm still like impressed when I see all my shit out. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of stuff. Carry all that shit. I remember when I first started, I had a pack. I only had a 40-liter pack. This one's like I think 80 and two 10-liter side pouches. And the 40 in the wintertime, like I was strapping stuff to the outside, fucking coats and stuff like that and bibs just to fucking stay alive. But the the military pack, the big one I got now, like I filled that up with space immediately. Yeah. It didn't take long at all. I think it's a human nature thing. Whatever space you have, you will fill. You know, from the ground on my back. I bend my knees first. I got a video from like a month ago that shows me putting my pack on. But yeah, I bend my knees a little bit and I grab the pack and then I kind of push up with everything. So that way it's not all my back picking it up. And then I'm already starting to swing it at that point. So I'll start swinging it and it catches onto my forearm and then use my forearm to push it. It's only like 60, 65 pounds the pack. But when I'm coming up with it, I'm already getting that swinging momentum going. A lot of it's just the momentum, right? And then I'm actually pushing it with my forearm too, because when the pack comes up, it's going to rest on my forearm. I push it out, and I get it around my back that way. I can carry the thing with one hand, and pick it up no problem in either hand, and walk a decent amount with it if I need to. Moving camp or something like that, I was grabbing fucking walk the 100 feet or whatever, but or shoulder on one shoulder and get going. But it's all like the same motion every time to get it on. And that last little push with the forearm is what's spinning it behind me, bringing it around, getting that first strap on, lock the second one in, I'm good. But like if you did it every day, you know what I mean? Anyone here can do the same thing with the same weight if you did it every fucking day. You know? Who, me? No, I'm not. How many steps do I average a day? I'm not sure. On a slow day, I'm doing at least 2 miles, just to get my basic needs and necessities, whatever. If I'm traveling, we're going up to like 4 or 5, depending on where I'm at and how close the on ramp is or the highway is or wherever. Like, I got to do some hoofing out of here. This town's like inset from the interstate. The interstate's back there, and you can't even hear it from here. But which is cool for me to sleep in. I deal with the trains crossing this crossing on occasion. Brr, brr, brr. But if I'm exploring, if I'm going around like deliberately to go try to get photos and videos, dude, I'm banging out 8 to 10 miles, no problem. Throughout a day. Especially in the major cities, I know I'm gonna get nighttime shots too. There's nothing better than nighttime in a city right after it rained. Oh, that's beautiful. All the puddles for reflection, the ground's all slick and beautiful. Like I'd be hard pressed to fucking post a photo that involves a street in the shot at nighttime without it being freshly wet. It's just so fucking nice. You know? So hide out from the rain all day or whatever, and then it lets up, and then go walk around, and fucking bang out some cool ass city shots. Got to do that in Fresno, Sacramento, few other places too throughout the last 3 months, 4 months. Uh, FTFO, Bing Don. What's up, homie? Thank you for the go popular. That's catching you live the other day, man. Just had to sit there for a short time. I was there for like 10 minutes and I had to fucking dip out and do some shit. But oh, hope to catch more, man. Gypsy. Thank you for the heart me. It rhymes. I'm gonna go on, get out of here in a minute. Get your questions, comments, and insults in before I go. Hit you if I don't see you. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Come back before I'm gone. Get all my trash together. For any younger travelers here, or even the older ones, any travelers in here at all, this is called a trash bag. This is a bag I use at the end of the day. I went to the store and I got some stuff, and I said, "Can I get a bag with that?" And then I take the bag and I put all my trash in it. And then in the morning when I leave, I take that trash and I throw it into a dumpster or a trash barrel, anywhere. I can just put the trash. So that way, when I come back here in a year, they won't bulldoze everything around it because there's a whole bunch of fucking trash here. Or the next person that rolls through can use the same spot. And people won't look at travelers like a fucking nuisance. They're gonna come fucking destroy everything and fucking bother everybody. This place is cool. I can tell they don't get a lot of travelers here. That's not like RV lifers and shit like that. I was really curious about the guy walking around. Getting some photos of the place yesterday. Doing this walking period. What up, Logan? Oh, never asked for money. I mean, sometimes I'm fucking stinky and dirty. It's gonna happen. I'm on the road, but I do follow that old hobo code almost to a T. Self clean, be respectful of the area, or never take too much or ask for too much. Stay busy. Change up. But as a result, I have a very easy time with social media. You know what I mean? You look at other travelers that constantly got their hand out and they provide too little content wise and ask for too much money wise. They got a hard time with social media. People are constantly going to be fucking bothering them and fucking harassing them. The only thing I got to deal with is when I call those motherfuckers out, three other people will come over here for a little bit and bother me. And usually I love that because I get to talk some shit. But I always try to tell travels when they first come on. It's like, dude, you can panhandle online and make that your entire platform. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna fucking. I'm probably gonna block it because I don't want to see that all the time on my for you page. This shit's mind numbing to me. It is lazy, but I don't see anything morally wrong with people panhandling or digitally panhandling in general. I just don't want to watch it. Scamming's a different thing. If you're a scammer, I'm gonna call you out for it if you got any kind of following because it makes us all look like shit. But I always tell people that are just starting out and the travelers just starting social media. It's like you got two options. You can cash grab as much as you can, and you got a long road ahead of you. It's not sustainable, and eventually, people are gonna get pissed off. They're always asking for shit. That's what you want to do with social media. Knock yourself out. If you don't ask for shit and you just put a lot of work into making videos and going live and working on that skill set behind it, you get more respect out of it. People won't bother you as much. And in the long run, it works out for you. It takes longer to build your platform because you're not pissing people off. It takes longer to, see a consistent cash flow every week and every month. It's a longer road, but the payoff is I get to go live and have fun. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a bunch of people telling me I suck all day in my comment section. We get like 1 to 3 people in here and they're in the lives that pop off. And usually it's a fan of someone I called out for being deplorable in their behavior, being deplorable. Or insufferable. But yeah, I don't get a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate at all compared to anyone with the same kind of viewership I have. We got 130 people here on a restriction. This is restricted live right now, so we're not getting people in. I don't have a hard time. In fact, like I'm trying to I always find myself trying to stoke the fires of a hater or a group of haters. Like, yes, please get mad at me. Watch me all the time. Because someone that despises you, they'll watch you more than people that fucking like you. They're trying to get you to slip up and say something wrong or get something out of context, whatever. It's like, knock yourself out, man. Go nuts. Yeah. I love that marketing. When other creators making false accusations or whatever, whatever the situation may be, when someone tries to paint me in a way that I'm not. If they stuck to the facts, fine. Hey, maybe it's even something I need to work on. I'm not perfect. Hell, I'm barely tolerable. But usually it's just bullshit allegations, right? And they'll paint me in this way as the horrible, horrible human being. And then people come into lives because they just marketed for me. They come into lives and realize I'm nothing like that. So it makes them look like shit. Makes them look like an unreliable narrator. If your community can't trust you, you're not going to be on here too long. You're not going to find a lot of success on social media. Only time you'll be lucky, only time you'll be making good money is when you're on the For You page for a brief moment before you hit another valley, because those pops don't last that long in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, all it does is funnel people this way, and people realize I'm not like that at all, and then they stick around. It works out great for me. Like free advertising via maliciousness. An Amtrak. You guys are bullies. Lisa, what's up, homie? Uh. Yeah, I mean, put effort into your shit. People recognize it. People respect it. You know. to some degree. And no matter what, you can't make everyone happy. No matter what, who you are, what you're doing, there's people that just look at you and hate you. It's just it's going to happen. No matter what, you'll never have 100% approval rating. No one will ever will. No matter what's happening, opinions are limitless and go in every direction. There's going to be someone that hates what you're doing and hates you as a person. It's just is what it is. Can't make everybody happy. You know, I don't get too much of that obsessed hate, which is great for views. I don't get a lot of it, unfortunately. I'll have to come on here kicking a kid or something like that. You see me in a restaurant on a live stream and I'm kicking a child, like it's mind your business. Just trying to get more views. Dalton, I don't know who that is. Is that a person or a place? Good morning, Sandy. Welcome in. Why you watch me so much? Is it because I pee a lot? Oh, Dalton, the person. I did that in my lab, but that Shawn Michaels video I put out again was fucking around the Discord. I made it for the Discord, and I was like, "Fuck, I might as well post it." I spent time editing this, putting it together. Fuck it, even had the American flag. I made sure it was perfectly in frame the entire time through the arm and stuff, or over the arm. But I put those emotes down because, like, the Shawn Michaels finishers when he kicks you in the face, it's called Sweet Chin Music. So I did a leg, an explosion, like a little, boom emote, and then a man's face. This is Sweet Chin Music. So I hate people like that because they'll come in and they'll troll me on a burner account and they never check for notifications. You know what I mean? I've addressed that particular fool twice now, and you'll probably never see it. I just came in trolling on a backup account, probably got blocked on his main. You know, that's the thing. It's I find fucking hilarious, and I don't really say it out loud too much, and I probably will never say it again. When a creator comes at me sideways, what they get is my trash. So you'll see all the people I've ever blocked throughout the years. I'm talking like people I've blocked 4 years ago will show up and advocate for that creator and hate on me. But then it feel that way until they got blocked on here. And they all the same thing. I don't know. I got blocked for no reason. It's like I don't block people for no reason. Last year that was an accusation being made against me. It's like he blocks all his big supporters. What? You think I wake up in the morning and I say, okay, who fucking paid for the most for my platform this week? Block them immediately. What sense does that make? But I will say I can't be bought. If you're doing something immoral or being a shitty person, I don't want you here. I'm gonna block you. Or if you're super entitled or pushy, I don't want that. I'm gonna block you. I don't care how much you fucking throw in. If you can't be civil in the chat with people in the chat and you can't fucking behave yourself or you advocate for things that are horrible, I don't want you here. I'm gonna block you. See you later. It's not even a big deal. It's just hey, I'm protecting my peace and I enjoy live streaming and I want people that I enjoy talking to. That's really what it boils down to. People get so mad about it. Again, people I blocked 4 years ago still popping off in the comment section of any video that talks about me in the slightest. Check like Carol or Roxanne's, all the reposts from the highlights of the lives and stuff like that. Every fifth or sixth video, there'll be 1 to 5 people in there. Like, he's a bad person. And they got blocked over here for being a curmudgeon fucking 2 years ago. Still holding a grudge about it. It was like, oh, you like me just fine until I blocked you. Now I'm a terrible person. Like, well, maybe we just didn't get along. Uh, you see, my biggest supporters here every day unblocked. For now, Lupo, it's just a matter of time. I'm telling you what. It's a matter of time. Everyone's getting the axe. It's gonna be me by myself in the live stream. This is nice. It's the internet. You know what I mean? Like I don't very little surprises me anymore. That's for sure. I used to take it so seriously. I used to take myself way too seriously back in the day. But I mean, when I first started, I felt a need to correct every allegation. To right every wrong, every misrepresentation, whether unintentional or intentionally malicious, or any false allegation, a false jacket. Thank you for the tank lip troll community for the term false jacket. I felt the need to correct, and I felt the need to defend myself no matter what. and it's like there's no point in it. Chucking spaghetti at the wall, right? Like you disprove this allegation, they just make a new one, and they never address the fact that they were wrong about the last one, and just keep going until something hopefully sticks. And all you're doing is empowering the people doing it. Once they realize you're watching their shit, and they realize that like they have access to you to some degree, it just amps up the behavior. You know? So yeah, about 2 years ago, we started laughing at it all. you know, to the point, the most serious allegations ever made about me, I'm like, yeah, fuck, it's all true. Whatever you want to believe, it's all true. I don't care. Anything said about me from this point forward is accurate, no matter what it is. Fuck it, go ahead. Yeah. And uh, should do things, but it does give them a lot less power in your life if you don't fucking even acknowledge it, or just fucking run with it. There I was, body slamming two dogs while banging out a line of booger sugar off the back. But in my defense, it was the dog's booger sugar. I don't know where they got those sunglasses from. Good morning, yo mama. Yeah, Houdini. Sorry about that. But damn, they were looking fine and shit. Rolled up in a nursing home. I didn't know it was Houdini's grandmother. You know, yeah, I got like 10 people pregnant that day, just like a bighorn fucking ram. Have you ever seen a bighorn ram mating ritual? Oh my god. Oh my god. It is beautiful. It is fucking beautiful. Kind of horrifying. They don't care about humans at that point anyway. So, hunting season for bighorn, the hunting season is way after mating season because they don't care about anything. They're there to get naughty, right? But it sounds like a damn pew pew. Just bang, bang. The males will just smash into each other head first. Bang. And then after hours of this, the winner, the one that wins, will systematically just mount every doe there, and it's one after another. They don't have time for a fucking break. They just bang, 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 bang. It's impressive, alarming in a lot of ways. They don't give a fuck about the human at all. In the slightest. He's got to stop right here, right? Fuck. Don't see me, don't see me. Oh, he almost looked over. All right, we're good. I don't want another ticket. Oh, working on the crossing. I can pack it up and get out of here anyway. My phone's about to run out of juice. Similar to elk running, I wouldn't know elk aren't real. Elk are fake and phony. They're not real. They don't exist. A lot of elk in this area, by the way. In a very elk prominent area, and I have been ever since I've been in Montana. How many have I seen, you ask? Zero. Zero. What up, Luke? I see you doing. I can't complain, homie. It's out here doing the thing. I better go on get here. My phone's about to run out of juice. I gotta go see a man about a motel and make some phone calls for it. Make sure I have the juice for it. What's up, Explorer? So I'm start packing stuff up. Sleeping bag before next winter. The zipper broke up in Colorado. And I rocked it for the whole winter. I tried to replace it like 4 times, I think, and just couldn't find something that would fit. Now that I've had a sleeping bag, actually, because this is a big and tall sleeping bag from Kelty. Now that I found a sleeping bag I can fit in, it's like, dude, I can't go back to the sleeping bag I had before. The, right, I've rocked this one for almost 2 years now. It only came out to here on me. So I have to sleep with my full coats and hoodies and all that. Dude, it was fucking gnarly. Fucking gnarly. It was better off with the broken fucking zipper. But now that I've had a sleeping bag I can fit in, there's really no going back. I could never have my toes in the foot box curled up again all fucking night long for an entire winter. That taste of fucking luxury sleeping bag that I fit in. Oh, What's the temps? The temps are fucking perfect, and they have, but I had some rainy days, which is whatever. But the temps have been beautiful up here. Uh, during the daytime, I'm wearing button up or a t-shirt, getting good sun. I'm fucking sweating, getting a good workout. Plenty of daylight left in the day too. It's not winter yet, right? But then at nighttime, I'm all cuddled up in my sleeping bag for warmth at night when I'm sleeping. To the point where like if it falls off at night a little bit, I got to put it back up. I'm getting chilly. It's fucking. It's a winter bag. It's a 0 degree bag. So like in anything over 70 at nighttime, I just use my Gore-Tex shell. This piece of Gore-Tex. It's just basically a Gore-Tex mummy bag that my sleeping bag goes into. So it's gonna be really hot. I'll put that on. If it's super hot, I sleep with nothing, and I get eaten alive by bugs all night. Shamrock. What is that one? The Super Live Star. Thank you, Shamrock. Appreciate all the gifts recently, man. Yeah, North Carolina or South Carolina. South Carolina. Yeah, kind of boned until November, really, right? It started getting cool. But I was down that way towards the winter. It's fucking beautiful out there. It's a trade-off, right? Either get a good winter or a good summer. Be hard pressed to find someone that gets good both. I just want to be a kid again, really. Responsibilities suck. Shamrock with the tomatoes. Gonna make some goddamn marinara sauce out here. I tell you what. I tell you what now. Cinch this up. So push my sleeping bag in there. Not losing all the stuff through the top. I gotta load up the coffee stuff and all that. Flip flops. Call them camp shoes. Sounds way cooler than flip flops. But super handy to have. Hang out at camp, clean my feet up, air them out, and sit there. Mm, Busy BNSF shit over here for this random little auxiliary yard. But if anyone's seen me, they don't care yet. Yeah. Oh, there's a store right there. They got Coca-Cola. We use a soda today. Been eating fairly healthy. I'm ready to fuck that up today. I don't even do a cheat meal. Do a whole cheat day, dude. Yeah. It's good. It's nice when I can afford it and shit, but I'll eat a whole pizza and shit. A whole fucking like large pizza of the face. But the rest of the week, The 6 days, I'm just fucking eating like a rabbit for the most part. Protein shakes and bananas, and whatever protein I can grab beyond that. What up, Mike Triple T? I've been morning, man. My morning's been good. Putting that big knife on always. One of those things is better to need it and not have it. Wait, better to have it and not need it. There you go. Better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. Kind of like a prophylactic. Stuff on top. Trash is all together. Yeah, what's it you want to pack up now? How's your morning been? More importantly, did someone say cuddles? Too soon. Too soon. Lack of cuddles heard around the world. I'm still getting grief about that. You know what I mean? God damn. There's so many people that in that whole situation. I met up with a creator for like a collab thing, and they wanted to be romantically involved with me, and I didn't return the feelings. Yeah, I was very upfront, very clear about it. Like every hour or two every day, they would try to do something intimate or request something intimate, and I always politely declined for 7 days, all day, every day, all day, every day. For 7 days. They got all pissed off because they woke up out of a dead sleep. In two separate beds, obviously. Hey, you want to cuddle? And I go, no, thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Immediately started body shaming me and storming out the motel room. I remember being excited. I was like, "It's gonna be quiet in here finally. I'm not gonna hear a dog biting another dog nonstop, and the other dog growling, and then her yelling at the dog growling, even though the younger dog was biting that dog in the face for an hour straight. I was worried about dog piss and dog shit in the motel rooms. I'm like, "Ah, peace, finally." I even got another night or two when I was in there. But, still getting shit for that. Yeah, a year, 8 months later, still getting shit for that. Tangled web we weave, folks. It goes to Real Car Rosie. At least we went to a good creator. Real Car is awesome. Roxanne, the 20 roses and the finger hearts. Thank you, homie. Oh, Make sure no random trucks drive through that field and over your stuff. Yeah, it's a very common thing out here. Just trucks appear out of bushes and run over your stuff and cause very minimal damage. That 3-ton truck only breaks a little bar of a wagon. It's fucking crazy. It happens every day, travelers. You know, especially when you sleep on a road. It's clearly a road. Uh, that whole situation was too much. It's like, what do you mean? It was too dark to see the color of the truck, too dark to see the driver, but the driver was driving with no headlights on and can see just fine. Come on. At least make your story make sense. Before you come on here and scam people on the internet, at least have your T's crossed and your I's dotted. You know, can't be out here dotting the P's and hoping it still sticks. If you're gonna lie on the internet, you better be smarter than everyone in the world. At least everyone on the internet, which is the vast majority, right? Fucking silly shit. Yeah, but truck doesn't appear out of this bush. Oh no, it hit my bucket. No. Oh me, oh my. Times we live in, trucks disappear out of nowhere. Let's run shit over and then drive away. I'm trying to find four walls in the bed, Katie. It's been a struggle getting motels. In the last month, I've only gotten 3 nights. Once in Spokane and then 2 in Kalispell. That was last week. But, it's just tourist season up in Northwest Montana, and everything's so like the Motel 6 in Missoula where I was just at was 156, and that's the cheapest I've seen a Motel 6 in a month. The only reason I was able to get a motel last week, went to the Econo Lodge in Kalispell, is because Elizabeth, that comes all the time, used her loyalty points for 2 nights, and then I threw $50 in for the cash difference, what the points were lacking. That's the only reason I got a motel last week. Here it looks like it's about $80, which is fine with me, especially looking at how crazy everything cost up in Flathead County and Lincoln County. Lincoln County is all like rural Montana in the mountains, so it's all like cabins and shit. You know what I mean? It's made for like RV tourist type people. But when I came into the Flathead, they have chain motels again. Anything with a number in it's usually right up my alley. Super 8, Motel 6, or the generic Super 6 or Motel 8. Seen a couple of those around. But there's 2 in town here. I'm gonna see which one's cheaper, which one got rooms, and then go get a yeah, dude. It's probably still the same now out in Kalispell. I'm sorry, Missoula. It was 156. There was one day it was 119. Wow. But, let's see what it is today. It's probably $5 or something now that I'm not there. Prices went down. Let's take a peek. Missoula Motel 6. Oh, it's only 99 before tax. After tax, about 135. Get it 109 on the low, which is the cheapest it's been in like forever. You know, but I'm so glad it's not like $70. I'd be pissed. I don't remember the last time I ever stayed in a red roof. To be honest with you, been a long time. I haven't even seen a red roof. I think Wyoming was the last time I saw one. No, that was Red Lion. Sorry, that's really different. Yeah, it's probably be a campground tonight or a motel. Hopefully a motel. If not, go to campground. Only $25 a night it seems. As long as they have a fucking outlet, I'm happy. I would like to take a shower, but if that's not on the table, it's not on the table. We get the water and the wet wipes going. Little water wet wipe combo, baby. Get me through the next couple of hitchhikes smelling somewhat human. Oh, they finally tank and go out of business. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen a red roof on the road in forever, dude. Forever. Cluster of motels. I'm only checking the cheap ones. I don't even look at the name. I'm just checking the price. Which is such a fucking they just put the actual price up there, it's so fucking crazy to me, like, it'll say $70, right? And then you go in and you look at the bottom, it's like 80. You're like, "Oh," and then you look at the actual price after taxes and fees, and it's like 102. Why don't you just say that instead of 65? Like, what the fuck's the point? I guess it's good for marketing and for Google to pull people in by saying it's gonna be lower. You can look at the map of it, whatever, but I don't know. Who would have thought corporations would be slimy and greedy? Yeah, the runaround prices is ridiculous. Fucking facts. Fucking facts. A beautiful little town here, though. In Drummond, Montana. I mean, go on, get out of here. I got a cheap room in Vegas when I was there. I was there for 4 days. First night was in a motel. I think I paid probably $70, $75 for a room. The older casinos there. But let me go on get folks. I gotta finish packing the stuff up and get out of here before BNSF realizes I'm on their property and I get another ticket. Great reviews, bad for my wallet. You know. Okay, good luck, Katie. Good luck. Again, you got this. This is gonna take a while. Yeah, let me head on out and start my day. I'm gonna get some fucking food in my life anyway. I'm gonna keep the protein up so I get the muscular neck. You're not gonna get views without a muscular neck. You know what I mean? It's the only way I can get views nowadays. Get the fuck out of here. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all. Time is so important to us as a fucking species, right? Like, you only get so much time. You have no idea how much time that is. So you guys spending some of your time or a lot of your time fucking listening to me and what I'm rambling about is much appreciated. whatever the fuck I'm getting into travel wise. So I appreciate y'all. I will be back probably this evening for a little bit. I do want to run some Dungeons and Dragons for the community, and once or twice a week maybe. It's just when I'm back in Boston. You it's like 3 to 4 hours. Just do one shot little games and introduce anyone that wants to learn how to play D&D. Teach you guys how to play. That's how you keep the hobby alive. You know. And like I don't know, there's a lot of shitty people out there that are really bad at running games and shit like that. And I've been doing it for a long time. I know what I'm doing, so you should have some fun if you're into that kind of shit, tabletop board game type stuff. But I'm gonna get a book today for the modules I'm gonna run for you guys. So I'm gonna get that today, go through it, and maybe tonight. We'll see how long it takes me to set everything up, all the prep work, and maybe tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully, run some for you guys in Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna head on out. Mm, Getting too close to Yellowstone. Like, Yellowstone's beautiful from what I hear. Time is non-refundable. Fucking facts, dude. Fucking facts. So you can't waste it on fucking. Can't spend major time on minor people. I tell you what, now. Learned that lesson way too late in life. But let me get on out of here. J Rob, what's up, homie? I'm about to roll out, but I appreciate you for coming in. Some fucking food. Some food, maybe a little bit more caffeine. I gotta figure out if I'm getting a motel or campground or what in town here before I try to hitchhike out. Need to clean up and change my clothes, that's for sure. I ain't trying to stink up y'all's cars. We got two J Robs? Hell yeah. J Rob Unite. Yeah, let me get on ahead and stop rambling at you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys find this shit entertaining and you think that entertainment's worth something to you, monetarily wise, donation links are in the bio. But if you're hard up on money, if you're not doing well yourself, don't worry about me. Take care of yourself first. If you're hard up on money and you come into a whole bunch of it, spend that on yourself, man. You know what I mean? Fucking, get something nice for yourself. They can fucking look at me like, oh, I like that. Or whatever. You know what I mean? Don't fucking waste on those creators, I'll tell you what. But beyond that, find the shit entertaining and think it's worth something to you. Links are in the bio, folks. Appreciate y'all for watching. That's the most important thing to me is making something worth people checking in on, and videos and lives worth checking out. And you guys always show up, even on restrictions and, bad weeks and bad months on the algorithms end of things or my own, whatever the fuck. You guys still show up. So I appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity to have this platform because it'd be awfully awkward to be sitting there for 5 years on live and only have 3 people in my life like when I first started. So thank you guys very much for being you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all later.